What's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 7:45 a.m. Wednesday morning, October the 16th, 2024, year of our Lord. And there goes Pebble Creek Landscaping. Man, them boys got going on. They got it going on, man. They got like 18 trucks on the road. They got a big old gooseneck trailer right there with 2 skid steers and a mini skid on there. And them boys are hauling some equipment today, but they're the best. They are the best landscaper in my area. There is no doubt about it. Them boys, they know what they're doing, and they are extremely good. They're extremely good at what they do. They're very thorough, and that is the guy that owns it, man. He is an amazing person. He really is. His name's Ryan Kroger, and really cool guy. And but the Lord has blessed him richly and abundantly, man. He really has. And I'm happy for that guy, man. He came from very humble beginnings when he first started his business, and he has rose to be the best one in our area as far as landscapers that do residential work and commercial work. There is one other one that is just the best overall, and he does a lot of commercial and industrial work. But that guy's a jerk, man. He he forgot where he came from. But anywho, man, that's not what this video's about, man. I worked my tail off yesterday, guys. I only did 4 properties, and those 4 properties were so jacked up, man. I'll be so glad when I get out of that golf course community. I've got 1, maybe 2 more cuts to do over there, and I got a bush job to do over there and a sod job to do over there. And when I get out of that place, I'm telling you, I'm probably going to do a backflip. I'm going to be so happy. Because those are some privileged ass people over there. I mean, they really are. They did not touch any of the debris from this storm, man. They didn't. You know, most people around here have been getting everything out of their yard, putting it on the side of the road. That way the county can make their way around and start picking stuff up. And you know, the county's taking a while. I mean, they ain't got so many trucks on the road, so many crews. And there's a lot of debris. And from what I'm understanding, they estimate it could take up to 2 years to get everything. And I mean, it's that much. It really is. But these people over here in this golf course community, other than my mom, but the people over there did not touch any of that debris, man. They left it for me. And I'm one person. I'm talking about big stuff, too. You know, they hired tree crews to come out and haul off, or not haul off, but, you know, to cut up trees that were down in the yard. But as far as big branches and stuff, man, they left that stuff alone. So I did a lot of pole saw work yesterday, and I had to do leaf removal as well. And but I got over there just planning on, because the grass is done. It's just not growing. You know, it's not dormant yet, but it's growing very slow, very slow. I mean, it's that time of year where it's done fell off, you know, and nothing really needs to be cut. A lot of people have slowed down to once a month, and a lot of people have dropped service altogether. But we've got about another week before the lawn starts turning gray. But the grass is basically done. It's all but done. So my plans were to go over there and just mulch up leaves all day. And like I said, I only had 4 properties. And man, when I got over there, it looked like a bomb went off. It looked like these people hadn't even touched their properties. And I'm like, I haven't been here in 3 weeks, man. I told y'all that I can't do any big work, that I don't have any chainsaws. My chainsaws are tore up. And they just left it sitting there thinking that I'm going to get everything fixed. Somehow miraculously jump everybody in line and get my stuff fixed before everybody else. And get all this stuff out of their yard. So I had to tell the people, like, look, I cannot remove all them big limbs. I can pull them out to the road. I can chop some of them up with a pole saw, but the big stuff's just gonna have to sit on the side of the road. I don't have a trailer big enough to haul that stuff off. And some of them got mad, some of them didn't, some of them understood, but they acted like it was no big deal that they didn't even make an attempt to clean their yard up, man. I mean, you live in a freaking gated community. You need to take pride in your stuff. But they were also upset that it took me 3 weeks to get back over there. But Anyway, once I got the debris out of the lawns and started getting ready to mulch leaves up, one of them come out there and stopped me and was like, "Hey, what are you about to do?" I said, "I'm about to mulch your leaves up." And they said, "No, sir." I said, "What do you mean?" They said, "I want the leaves gone. I don't want them mulched up on my property. That looks like trash." I said, "What are you talking about? It looks like trash." I was like, Have you ever seen a yard that's had leaves mulched up in it?" And they're like, "No, we've always had it removed, but I don't want that stuff on my property." And I was like, "Well, it's $300 for me to remove leaves." It was like, $300? I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm not charging you the same amount that I'm charging you to mow." I was like, "You kidding me?" For one, it takes 2 or 3 hours per property to do. For one, and for two, I've got to haul this stuff all the way to Lincoln County, man. That's over an hour away. There's not a single dump in the area open, and y'all's dump is closed as well. And they were like, "Well, go ahead. I need it done." And evidently the first one reached out to the rest of them and told them what I was doing, and they all texted me and told me that they wanted their stuff removed, not mulched up. So that's what I did all day long yesterday. I had one that I actually mowed and stuff like that. Mama, she's still running her sprinkler system, and I hadn't been over there in 3 weeks, so it did need to be cut. And plus she's having treatments done to her yard as well, so it's still kind of growing a little bit. So I did cut hers, and the leaves and pine straw and stuff like that came up with the mow. And which Mama's not the type that lets the grass grow under her feet. She can't just sit idle, so she got out and actually cleaned her yard up the best she could with what she had. And it didn't take long to do hers at all. 30 minutes and I was done. But the rest of them, man, it took me 2.5, 3 hours each yard. And that's what I'm doing right now. I've got a trailer slap full of leaves and grass clippings and pine cones and sticks and pine straw that I'm going to haul off right now. Yesterday on the way back, the only mower I had was the 36, and I had to drive it on top of the tarp that I had down in the trailer, on top of all of the debris, because the trailer was full. But I had to drive it on top of all of that and then strap it down to the trailer to keep it from going crazy on me. And but when I got home last night, it was dark when I got home, so I took the mower off, and I'm out hauling this trailer to Lincoln County right now so I can dump it. But man, I was telling Mama about it, and she was baffled herself. And I grew up in Hepzibah, Georgia, and we was not wealthy at all, but we did have property out there. We had a good chunk of land out there, and we didn't bag lawn clippings. We didn't bag leaves or anything like that. If we had sticks and limbs and trees down and stuff like that, we just chopped it up and burned it. And but as far as limbs go, we had a Craftsman lawn tractor. It was a 50-something inch. I don't remember what the exact size was, but it was 50-something inches. But we had a Craftsman lawn tractor, a Murray push mower, and a Home-Lite weed eater that we used. And we very rarely used a push mower. The only reason we used it was for those tight spots that we couldn't get the lawn tractor in, and it was, very small areas that we would have to push mow. And of course, the weed eater will do what you do with a weed eater. But we just mulched everything up. That's what we always did. I learned how to mulch leaves at a very young age. And man, if you've got the right setup, the right blades, and especially if you've got a chute blocker, you don't even necessarily have to have a chute blocker if you know what you're doing. But if you've got a chute blocker or a mulch kit, you can literally make grass clippings and leaves look like they were never there. That's not a lie. Most of you landscapers out there know exactly what I'm talking about. You can make that shit look like it was never there. And like gator blades or Ballard Ripper blades or something like that, you throw them on the mower, drop that chute blocker, and man, it pulverizes leaves. It makes it, it does it to a lot of small sticks and pine cones as well. It grinds that stuff up to nothing. To literally dust. And if you tell your customer to run their sprinkler system as soon as you're done for about 5 minutes per zone, it will knock all that dust off the top of the lawn, and that lawn will be as green as it can be. And it literally looks like it was bagged, like there was never any clippings there to begin with. And matter of fact, one of them was right next door to my mom's yesterday, and all I did with mama's was mulch her stuff up. And she ran her sprinkler system for 5 or 10 minutes each zone when I got done. And her yard and her neighbor's yard looked the exact same, but her neighbor paid $300 to have the stuff removed, which is fine. You know, you want to be a dumbass and pay $300 for something that's not needed? I'm going to take your money. I'm going to take your money all day long. But, yeah, man, I mean, these people are just they're so out of the loop. And I get it. You know, there's a lot of people out there that want their lawn bagged. You know, I bag mine. The only reason I bag mine is because I keep it cut so short. And I'm trying to make mine look like a fairway lawn. But that's the only reason I bag mine. But you actually come out better by mulching the grass clippings than you do bagging your lawn. I mean, it's free fertilizer, guys. It is free fertilizer, and it's organic. But, yeah, so it's throwing me off today. I've got 6 on the list today, and they shouldn't be that bad. I mean, a couple of them live pretty close to me, and I've done drove the golf cart through all these neighborhoods. There's literally no storm damage in these neighborhoods. And I think only 1 or 2 of them has trees in their neighborhood that's going to have leaves to mulch up. But yeah, I made $900 yesterday. I made a little over $1,000. I made $900 removing leaves, and I think I made $80. No, I made $110 mowing grass. So yeah, I made a little over $1,000 yesterday just on 4 properties, and all I did was remove leaves and mow grass. That's literally all I did. But yeah, I mean, you want to be an idiot? Hey, fine by me. But I tell you what, it screwed me up today. It's almost 8 o'clock, and I've got a trailer slap full of leaves, sticks, pine cones, pine straw, grass clippings, you name it. I've got a trailer slap full of it, and I've got to go dump it, and then drive back to the house, load the mowers up, and also got to fill the truck up as well. But so it is throwing me off today, but I will be able to get everything done by 3 o'clock today. And I've also got a quote I got to give after 3 today, too. And I didn't give the woman a certain time. She just wanted me to come after 3. So that's what we're doing. And I'm tired of that golf course community, man. I really am. I mean, I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with the people over there. They have no clue about anything. They don't take any advice that their landscaper gives them. And do y'all run into that at all? Do y'all have customers that just refuse to take any, like, they'll ask you what they need to do, and you tell them what they need to do, and literally it will cost them absolutely nothing, maybe a little extra on their water bill or something like that, but absolutely nothing. And the things that you tell them will actually save them money, but they refuse to do what you tell them, even though they asked you for your opinion. Do you guys run into that? I'm telling you guys, it burns me up. It burns my ass worse than a 3-foot flame. It really does. But, man, I'm telling you, I'll be so glad when I'm done in that neighborhood, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not going back over there next year. And got one guy over there, he's got a monster bush job coming up the day after Halloween on November 1st. And that's when I've got him on the books to do it, as long as the weather holds out. But I told him up front when when I first took the property on, he was wanting his bushes trimmed, and he was also wanting his grass cut. And he told me, he said, I want my bushes trimmed twice a year. He said, I want it done at the beginning of the year, and I want it done at the end of the year. I said, okay. I said, and he's got a bunch of Laura petalums, guys, and y'all know how fast some things grow. But he's also got some hollies too. But he's wanting me to cut these Laura petalums back. Like, they're big, they're 6 feet tall, but he's wanting me to cut them things back to about 2 feet off of the ground. And to trim the bushes at the beginning of the year was $500. That's how many bushes it is. But he thinks that I'm cutting these loropetalums back all the way back and doing the rest of the bushes as well for $500. That's what he thinks. I told him yesterday, because he asked me about it yesterday, because his neighbor is riding his tail because he's only had them cut once this year. And he told him, in his defense, he did take up for me. He told his neighbor that it wasn't my fault, that it's what he wanted. And because I don't like it either. It makes me look bad. But he was talking to me about it yesterday, and he asked me when I was going to be able to do it. And I told him, I said, we stopped mowing in October. I said, at the end of October, we're pretty much done. The only people that get service after that is like little one-off jobs, like bush jobs, tree jobs, and side jobs, leaf jobs, things of that nature. I said, but that's my plan. I've got you on the books for November 1st. And he said, man, that sounds good. And he said, but I need you to cut those loropetalums down to about 2 feet off the ground. I said, well, it's not going to be $500. Just want to let you know that up front. And he said, well, how much are you thinking? I said, as many loropetalums as that is, I said, it's going to take me a lot longer. I said, and plus I'm going to have to use heavier equipment. I can't just do it with a hedge trimmer. I got to use a chainsaw. And I said, you looking at somewhere between $900 and $1,200 for the whole thing. He said, okay. He said, just whenever you get ready to do it, let me know. And he said, just include the dump fee in there with it. I said, all right. So, whatever. But, yeah. my mama, man, she hit the nail right on the head. When I was telling her about all that, she said, you got to be kidding me. She said, these people are actually paying that much to have leaves and pine straw removed? I said, yeah. She said, then she asked me, she said, have they not ever seen a lawn when you mulch the stuff up? I said, evidently not. She said, well, look at mine. She said, mine looks exactly like hers. I said, I know, Mama. I said, I tried to tell her that, but she ain't listening. I said, she wants me to come back in 2 weeks and do the same thing. I said, they all do. And she said, well, son, if they're going to pay you to do it, do it. And I told her, I said, oh, don't worry, I am. If you're going to be dumb and pay $300 for something that's not needed, I'm taking your money. And she said, I don't blame you one bit. But she said, I'm just saying, these are some privileged ass people over here that have got dishwater hands. She said, these people do not work. They don't know how to work. She said, and they have evidently been this way their entire lives as children as well. And I believe it. And, when my dad was alive, he said the same thing. And he said, you do not want to work with these people over here. When I first started my business, he told me, he said, you do not want to work for none of these people over here. He said, I'm telling you right now, they're a different breed over here. He said, but no, you don't want to work for them. And against my better judgment, against what my pop said, I took these people on. Never again. Listen to your mom and dad, folks. They know what they're talking about. But, yeah, I'm just over it. I really am. I'm over the entire season. It's been a blessing. It really has. The Lord has blessed me. Golly, it's unbelievable how much He has blessed me this year. But, at the same time, this has been the most stressful season I've had. And this is going into my 4th season. But, anyway, guys, I'm headed up here to Lincoln County to dump this trailer off, and then I've got to get back on the grind, man. And this is typically my last day of work this week. It's not going to be this week. I picked up some new customers. They're getting done tomorrow, and I just don't have any room left Monday through Wednesday. So business is still picking up, man. It's the middle of October. And I'm still getting phone calls. I'm still getting messages, text messages, emails. I'm still getting stuff off of my website. People are reaching out to me. So, yeah, man, it's been a good year as far as revenue goes. But at the same time, I'm just ready for it to be over, guys. I am burnt out. And it's getting to a point where I can't keep up. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off here. I hope y'all have an amazing day. It really is a beautiful, gorgeous day here in Augusta, Georgia. There is only just a handful of clouds in the sky. And it's supposed to be in the mid-60s for the high today. I've got a hoodie on right now. It's 41 degrees, and man, I've been looking forward to this all year. And Friday is supposed to be 37. So, going to play golf Friday. We'll see what happens. But look here, man. Y'all have an amazing day, and I will cut y'all back on the next one. But until then, y'all know the deal. Y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. Holler at y'all. Bye.